To be honest, what I think is, like, they said there was some dude walking around the property. I think that she went off wandering and just got snatched up.
Cover well, so speak.
Yeah, also about that, it's just a timeline stamp. I can go on the messages with my lawyer and show you I have nothing to do with her. The reason why I got proof is because people were saying that I got my name is on papers with the Summer Wells case. My lawyer, all I gotta do is pick up the phone and she can go to juvenile courthouse and get papers and see that I was only included with the press. That's it.
So you were never really on the suspect list?
No, I was never on the suspect list. It was just the press putting in words that nobody knows about.
Do you want to go fishing?
No, I asked if I could come with because Summer was going.
Got it.
For that day, homie.
So this is what happened. She came over. Her grandma was in the hospital. She was sick. Or not her grandma. Her grandma came in, right?
Yeah.
Her grandma came from the hospital. She came over. We haven't spoke to them in months. I'm talking about 8 to 9 months because her and my mom got in an argument.
Yeah.
And we left it at that. And she came over. And next thing you know, she was with Summer. We was chilling at the house. The boys were with their dad working. And she just came over because she was just down the road at the hospital.
Okay.
And she needed to use the bathroom to ask me to go fishing and swimming. I said, that's fine. I got to ask Mom. Mom said it was cool.
And then she said, do you want to go fishing Summer? I said, do you care if I come with because it's summer? And I treated her like a little sister.
Right.
And she said, you got to ask out.
Okay, so she asked you, do you want to go fishing?
No, I asked if I could come with because Summer was going.
Got it.
And we went swimming and fishing after we got her grandma her meds after the hospital. And she bought me a vape or whatever. And a twisted tea. I mean, at a young age, I was drinking and doing stupid stuff anyways. Everybody lived once and they gonna do stupid stuff as a kid. And then after that, we went and got slushies. Then we went to Priceless. They was in there for a little bit. Me and her was just, like watching TikToks on my phone, all this stuff. And then they dropped me off because my probation officer was coming at 3:30.
You guys got here. Who was with you? There's a lot of rumors
my
about...
mother was with me.
Yep.
And my daughter,
Yep.
Summer, and Hunter was with us.
Okay. Now, tell me about the dynamics of what everybody was doing. Who was doing what when you first got here? What happened?
I got out of the car first, and then I opened the back door because my mom's got a double door on her truck.
Right.
So I opened the back door and I let her and Hunter out.
Okay.
And Summer's first thing is to run to the water, of course.
Right.
I was like, Summer, just wait, let me get my stuff and I'll walk over there with you. And she waited for me, and I don't know, Hunter went off into the woods somewhere. I don't know.
Now, where was Summer sitting?
She was sitting in the middle seat.
Okay.
Hunter was sitting on the end.
Okay.
And my mom said, hold on a minute, so we waited for my mom to get out.
Okay.
And Hunter, he just done disappeared into the woods. I don't know where he went.
Okay. Okay.
And me and my mom and Summer walked over there, and we were just letting Summer play, and then Hunter eventually come back out of the woods wherever he was.
Okay.
And
so let's walk over there. Show me.
They went okay, you think, for the news people?
Who'd you talk to?
Channel 8. Yeah.
They've been the guys who've been there before.
Yeah.
The British sounding girl of South Africa.
No, they sent different ones out. I've met her before.
Yeah, I remember it. She had a weird accent from Tennessee.
Yeah. I don't speak very well, of course.
Oh, no, you're
fine.
We're Southern boys.
Yeah. So we're the same. I'm trying. I mean, I've been through a lot of trauma when I was younger, and so I had a lot of problem dealing with that kind of stuff. Feeling less than human kind of thing most of my life,
And Don, I think the piece that you want people to get is that you want people to know who you are, because the way we talk is, I always say, you'll hear me say, we are what we come from and what's made us successful to now. Right. So tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I mean, a little bit about me. Yeah. I was pretty much raised up in the county jails and prisons and stuff like that. That's where I found God. And I feel like he raised me, it's hard to believe you find love in a place like that, but I did, and people that had respect, and I found brotherhood, and, people that, very few, but there's a few that, want to read scriptures and do the same kind of thing, and tried to get away from this kind of life and go to a godly kind of life, but there are a few, very few though.
Right.
It's tough.
It's really hard. And when you can find that,
Yeah.
it changes everything.
Yes.
Forever.
Changed my life.
Forever.
For sure.
So how long ago was that?
Well, it's been a long time since I've, been in trouble. But I've seeked out, churches and stuff, that like the Seventh-day Adventist,
I know I've heard you say you lived in Utah, and there's a different animal out there.
Yes.
So did you deal with the Zion Curtain and all that?
Oh, man. Yeah, if you're a Mormon out there, you're fine,
Right.
But if you're anti-Mormon, the Board of Pardons in Utah is almost all Mormon.
So if you're in jail there, you're a part.
The Board of Pardons and Parole.
Yeah. Well, and I think you just living there. But where'd you live?
Ogden, Roy area.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Pretty area.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love it. I miss it.
Yeah.
So, what I think is good is to talk a little bit about your background. And I don't mean jail time, but talk about where you lived and where you were, and because that gives people your speech patterns, what's made you you, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I've always had really good jobs out there and stuff. But, for whatever reason, my parole officers, they never liked me. I had a job at Hill Air Force Base at one time, making really good money, had security clearance out there and everything. And they showed up out there 2 carloads deep. And my boss come to me, he's like, I can't use you no more, man. And they got me fired. And that's the kind of stuff, that's what they did. Yeah.
What were you doing then?
I was doing construction.
So were you working for a general contractor?
Yeah.
I've been in the construction business. The reason I asked, I ran construction for a couple of years. So,
Just doing drywall, what I've always done.
Yeah.
Metal stud framing or whatever.
And how long ago was that?
That was a long time ago. When I finally got out of that mess, I left the state as fast as I could.
Right.
I haven't been back.
Where'd you go from there?
I went to Arkansas. That's where I met my wife. And, then my mom got sick, so we come out here. And
Your mom lived here?
yeah, she was sick, had MRSA. And so we come out here to try to help her, and she, died. And so, but she left us the property, but we've had, 4 kids since then.
Yeah. How old's your oldest?
12.
And Summer's your youngest.
Yes.
Do you have your kids back? I know you went through some trouble with that.
Well, it got real dangerous at our house because of, and I'm not using that for an excuse, but it did. It got real dangerous because of everything that was happening on YouTube and the psychics wanting to come on our property.
Yeah.
And we was telling them, no, you cannot come on our property.
How are they contacting you?
Through Facebook and stuff like that, whatever, and other people. The whole YouTube, Facebook thing was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. And people were trying all different kind of things. And then I found out, they were making all kinds of fake accounts and contacting people in Utah. And they were saying stuff back and forth. Probably a lot of stuff wasn't exactly true, or just making this whole thing keep going and going and going. So it got pretty bad and scary for a long time.
That's tough. That's
quite
tough.
a
People
while.
you don't know showing up.
And there was some,
It's dangerous, actually, on one side.
it was dangerous, and I didn't want my boys there.
Yeah. You don't know who's coming up.
Right.
I live in the middle of nowhere for a reason.
How old are the boys?
Huh?
How old are the boys?
12, maybe 10, on down to 8, I think.
Okay. And they're all. Is Candace the mother?
Well, there's a gag order on the boys. I'm not supposed to talk about it.
Okay.
They're in custody.
Okay.
Yeah. Hopefully they're okay, and you get to see
Yeah,
them.
they're fine.
Yeah. See,
That's
I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. I went off the deep end. I
did you? Oh, I can totally understand.
I started drinking and other stuff and just lost it.
Well, I think it's a hard thing to deal
really
with.
tough.
But you know how I feel.
But I'm back on track. I mean, no
Did you get
drinking, no nothing.
Did you get a prescription or anything for some help to keep
No.
calm? And,
No.
yeah.
No.
Okay. All right.
Nobody can make you feel better about what's going on, but
Right.
we want to make sure that you get whatever you want to say out today too. And I know people have asked you your whole stories and everything else. How long you live where you're at now?
About 12 years.
Okay. So most of your kids were born here?
Well, Josie was born in Arkansas, and then we moved directly here.
Okay, so the rest of the kids are born here.
Yeah.
So that's their home. That's what they know.
Yeah.
That's got to be tough on someone
Yes.
to go to.
Yeah.
So, and I have no idea about your house or how it's set up or anything else. How do you get to your house?
How do you get to my house?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mean from here. Don't give me directions. But I mean, you're up a road somewhere. I know.
Yeah. I don't understand what you.
Yeah. So, are you isolated? You can't really tell about.
It seems isolated, but we do have neighbors, and then you got the drug thing going on, and where we live at, you got certain groups of people, and I'm not going to mention them by name, but you got these boys, and those boys, they're all related, and they think that they run everything, and a lot of people for years have run moonshine out there, probably manufactured meth, and other stuff like that, and they think that they are the Bloods and the Crips of the hillbillies.
Yeah, we have where I live. There's something very similar called the cornbread mafia.
Yeah, that runs from here to through Georgia.
Yep. Down in Georgia.
Yeah.
Cornbread mafia.
And they take that name and that title very seriously.
Yeah. So, have you had problems with them personally?
Well, we've always tried to stay away from that kind of activity and stuff, and stay in church and stuff like that, and stay positive. So I always felt like they looked at us as a target. And we've had people steal our dogs and leave their mutts forever, for as long as we've been there. We've had people come up and just take various things, steal our gas in the middle of the night or whatever. And there's only certain kind of people that are up all day at night and stuff like that. And
how close to you are they?
I say they're all the way around, but I don't know. I mean, I just know a few people, personally, but.
Is it easy to just drive by your house, come by?
Well, they have to go by my house to get to one area.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of traffic out there.
Yes, when things are, when stuff's going on, there's a lot of traffic.
Yeah. How close is the house to the road?
Our house?
Yeah.
We are Ben Hill's just down the driveway there, and then Beach Creek's out in front, but you'd have to go across the creek to get.
Do you think that from your door to the road is 100 feet, or is it 50 feet, or
150 feet?
I bet you're pretty good at guessing distance when you're doing driveway.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, I mean, we can see all from if you go to our front door, our back door, or whatever it is, you can see all the way down Beach Creek one end, and you can go to the other side of the house, you can see all the way down Beach Creek the other way, because we're on a hill.
Right. So can you see cars coming and going?
Oh yeah.
And they can see up there easily, or is it?
Yeah.
So if you're coming up the hill, how long before you can see your house? Is it hidden from other people, or is it?
You mean our driveway?
Yeah, your driveway.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of trees and shrubs and stuff like that, but in the wintertime when all the leaves fall, you can see pretty clearly. But right now it's more secluded. But.
Have you ever had any scares before? I mean, around your kids and that kind of.
Well, we've had people come up, and say, "Oh, yeah, I was looking for my dog or my horse, or or various things before."
Were the children in the yard, or during that?
Yeah, I've had people come up, on horses, all kinds of things, And
when was the last time that happened?
You know what? Since summer's been gone, we haven't had nobody around there except for. I mean, we had that one incident with the red truck that got hung up on the ditch there. And there was actually, I asked the police if I could take pictures. He said, "No problem, Mr. Wells." And I was taking pictures of the side of that truck, and some woman popped her head out. And I was like, wow. And she just covered herself back up and laid back in there.
Mm-hmm. So, when was the last time before summer was missing that you had people up at your place? That somebody showed up, you know what I mean?
I'm not sure. It's probably been a long time, so I can't really remember. But I'm always gone. I'm always working. And I don't know these people, but I mean...
Does Candace know them?
No. I mean, all I know is the people I work for, and they've become like they're the only ones I know.
So is Candace there all day with the kids?
Well, if they weren't in school, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, when we started getting involved in the Seventh-day Adventist, you know, Robin and stuff would invite them to go do this and that.
Who's Robin?
She's the one that would hold summer in church all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they was always going and doing things with the church whenever possible.
Yeah, other people from the church come over and help.
Yeah, David's been over a few times, our pastor, and David Dotson's been over a couple times.
Does Dave ever babysit or anything? Is he
No.
He just
No, nothing like that.
No.
Well, we let him take the boys to the putt-putt golf course when all this first happened.
yeah.
You know, just to try to help us out and stuff.
How long have you known him?
Well, he come from another church, and he just kind of popped in and got to know Summer a little bit before she got gone, and but then he met some girl at some Baptist church and started going, I guess, to church with them.
So he would come over and hang out with her and play with her and stuff?
Well, no, not until after she disappeared.
Oh, so she didn't know him very well before that?
Well, she met him a few times. Summer did, and Candace did. And they got to know Robin and everything.
But mostly at church?
Yeah.
Was there a daycare thing at church?
No, I mean, no, not a daycare. No, but they do have their own private school.
Did your kids go to that private school?
No, we was trying to get them into it. Yeah.
They go to public school?
No, it's a private school.
Okay, they're going to
Oh,
private.
yes, sir. Yeah, they do go to public school.
Okay, yeah, and you were just trying to get them into that private school.
Right.
Is there a waiting list or something?
No, it's,
Just
about money.
Oh yeah, no, I
What
get
else
it.
you get?
Yeah, I get it. I was a soldier. There ain't no money in being a soldier.
Yeah.
I get it.
But they teach them a lot of good Christian ethics and stuff like that. House and depends, I might do a house in West Virginia somewhere.
Oh, gotcha.
Or it might be anywhere. My next house is coming up beyond on Boone's Creek up here.
When the incident with Summer happened, when Summer disappeared, where were you working that day?
Let's see, I was in Jonesboro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jonesboro, which?
Yeah, Jonesboro.
Tennessee?
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't know this area very well.
Yeah.
How far away is that from home?
Well, it takes 45 minutes to get from there to my house.
Okay.
And so up 81 all the way, and that's where I was working. And previous to the day someone come up missing, I fired a guy because he was extremely out there. And,
What was he doing?
Yeah.
He was just out there.
What kind of out there? I know you got to be careful.
I think meth.
Okay.
I can't prove it.
Did he take that well?
No, he was extremely mad.
Did he know where you lived?
Yes.
And have you heard from or seen him since?
No. Our investigators have talked to him, and he's talked, I guess pretty well. But I mean, the day after Summer had come up missing, he called my boss, and he was crying and saying some really oddball things. My boss has a really good memory, so he remembered every word of it. And,
What was he saying?
like my kids, let's see, the hills have eyes. I got too close to that family. What was the others? I got too close, and my kids can't see me in the back of a police car again. See, he worked for us 7 years prior, and he went through all the different crews. And he worked with me for a while, and it's kind of the same thing happened.
How old is he?
He's like 36 now, I'd say, somewhere in there.
You don't know where he is?
I know where he is.
Has he been to your house with you?
Well, yeah, I had him come to my house and park his vehicle so that we could ride together all the way out past Chucky, way out there somewhere past the airport, way out there in the farmlands. Way out there, yeah. So we rode together way out there and done a little house and rode back. But, I just noticed he started getting irritated and just every little thing. This man, I give him 50%. Who does that? Give him 50%, and all he has to do is show up every day. And he starts, coming up with excuses why he can't make it to work and stuff, and giving me trouble. And then the day I fired him, he was doing a pan like that there. Okay. And he spent probably 2 hours on it. Well, it should have took 20 minutes to coat that with mud, first coat. And we were supposed to do something else, and he just jumped on that, and he was speaking under his breath and just carrying on. And then he comes to me with a pan of mud, and he says, "There's all kind of trash in there. Get it out of there and give me some different mud." So I was like, "Oh, okay." I threw it away, got him some fresh mud, and he come back at me again. He's like screaming at me, "I told you, did you put it back in there or what?" And
You're familiar with that kind of behavior for somebody like that? Would it seem like that was kind of
Well, I
behavior?
looked on YouTube of all the behavior that somebody on meth would have. The only one I can remember is hyperactive.
Sure.
But but he was screaming at me, "Just go home. I'll take care of this job. I got this job. I'll handle it by myself or whatever." And I thought about that, and I went to lunch. When I come back, I told him to leave. Get off the job. Don't want to work with you one more second. And he didn't like that too well. And then he called my boss with what I was telling you, what he was saying and stuff, and called him probably 100 times. Tried everything in the world to get me fired. Told him all kinds of things. And I told Jesse, told my boss, I said, "See, that's how it is every day."
Yeah. So, how many times had he seen Summer before?
A few times, and my wife was concerned about the way he was looking at her. She had red flags about that.
What did she say?
She said that he was just kind of looking her up and down, like, it bothered her. She mentioned that to me before all this happened. So the very next day, she comes up missing around 6:30.
So when did you leave your house?
When did I leave my house that morning? I'm not sure. It might have been about 7:30, 8 even.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
And this, I'm going to ask you a few questions. Like I said, I need you to. I know they might be pushy and painful at times, so just take it for where they are. When was the last time you saw Summer?
That morning when I woke up, because she was sleeping in between me and her mother.
Okay. Did she wake
I
up?
was kind of laying on her foot a little bit and stuff, and I was like, my back.
Did she wake up?
Did she wake up? No.
Okay.
No.
I was wondering what she said to you. Last thing she said. What are the last words she ever said to you? Do you remember?
I'm not sure if it was that night or not, but I remember, clearly, I was like, "Summer, you got to sleep in your own bed." And then she come back with big old crocodile tears in her eyes, and she said, "But Daddy, I want to be with you."
Yeah. Painful. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. I know. But they can't sleep with you forever, They can't sleep with you forever.
No.
And that's how kids grow up, is by you doing that. So you didn't do anything wrong.
No.
And we want you to know that.
Well, it's interesting. The other day, with all this stuff going on, when it was so bad, everything on YouTube was so bad, I was begging God. I was like, "Lord," I was on my knees. I was just at the end of my ropes, and I said, "God, I just want to be with you." And that thought came to my head, just like that, of what Summer's, and I just started crying.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. And not knowing is tough, I'm sure. I can tell you from experience, I feel what you feel.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for you.
Well, God's in full control.
What did Candace say about that morning? What was she doing?
I hadn't really heard from her except for she had to go to town to fill her mom's prescription. And so I called at some point because I was going to go home, and she says, "Well, we're still got to wait for the prescription." And
What was she getting?
like something for her mother. I can't remember.
You don't know what the prescription was?
I can't remember. But so they was at the lake, and then Hunter and I guess they went. She called and says, "Come by the house," and then she begged to take Hunter to the lake with them so they could swim a little bit.
Yeah.
Seen them videos, and then I took her back, and they said everything was okay in that situation between now.
Yeah.
Which situation?
Sir.
Which situation? Sorry.
With Hunter, Allie, and Candace. I took Hunter to the lake. Everything seemed to be
Yeah, I saw the little video of them playing in the water.
Yeah, everything was fine.
And then what happened?
Well, when Summer, when they went back home and everything, and then, now I wasn't there, of course.
Right.
But according to my wife's story, which I believe.
Yeah, you ever had a reason to not believe it?
No, and with her emotions, she's this close to going off the edge. So her emotions, it's bad.
I'm sure it's
bad.
It's hard.
And so there's no way in my mind I believe her.
So, and you said you were talking about Hunter
and Allie, and all of them had a good great relationship up to everything was fine.
And then
everybody's happy. And then so they go. She goes home. She gets the groceries out, and with her story, washes a load of clothes and everything, and they plant the flowers, and she gets a piece of candy from her mother or whatever, and they wash their hands. I guess they had some water on the tailgate of the truck, a gallon of water there, and they rinse their hands off and everything. Summer wants to go in the house, and the boys are in there. Video game, and of course.
How far away is Candace from the house?
About 25 feet. Her trailer's about 25 feet from her trailer to our door.
Mm-hmm. What's the trailer about?
What's that, sir?
What's in the trailer?
What's in the trailer? Well, Grandma and all her.
It's a travel trailer.
Travel trailer.
Okay.
All her stuff,
So the boys are playing.
Sir.
So the boys are playing with the game.
Right. They're upstairs playing the game, and and my one son told me, that Summer wanted him to go down and play with toys with her, and he's like, no, Summer, I'm playing this game, I'm not going down there. So she goes down there by herself. As far as we know, that's the last she was seen was by her boys.
So she went down there, and there's two ways into that room, right? Down the stairs,
right,
or a back door.
Right.
How tall is the back door knob off? You pretty
well, she could open it, no problem, I'm sure. But the boys would always leave that door open all the time, and we'd tell them, you got to keep that door locked. But they would leave it wide open all the time. We'd go down there, and the door would be wide open, or unlocked.
That's common.
And
what's right outside the door there?
What's outside the door?
Yeah.
The driveway that goes by, the small piece of, small porch, and then the driveway that circles around, and then you can see that generator right there, and that dog trail that I wasn't aware that dog trail was even there.
Mm-hmm.
But it goes straight down to I could pick up a 40-pound sack of potatoes and go down that trail probably in about 12 seconds.
Okay,
so all the way to Ben Hill Road.
Can somebody drive around the house and you not hear him or see him?
It happens all the time.
They could drive around that back door there?
I've went and drove all the way to the top and honked the horn, and nobody can hear me. Like, come and help me get groceries.
Yeah, okay. So what about this dog trail?
TBI. Well, can we back up to...
back up to where
back up to...
for you.
At some point, Allie and Hunter and them find out that Summer's gone. They completely flip on us, on Candace. And I don't understand that, and start making all these crazy accusations and everything else. And
what were
all
they
this,
saying?
I can't remember everything that they actually said.
Did you talk to them directly?
No, they won't talk to me. They won't talk to Candace.
What were the ideas? What was the concept of what they were saying? What were they saying? She did something, or?
I really can't remember. All I know is they really turned on Candace big time and flipped on her.
Right then?
Right at that point, yes.
Had they had any reason in the past to have... people who live close to each other sometimes get it on each other's nerves. Did that happen at any point?
We never lived close to each other. We just invited them out for their kids' sake because the kids don't have a father, and they're troubled kids. They live in the city. They can't get out and play like they could there or anything else. And we don't understand why Allie and Hunter flipped like they did at all.
But
And if they don't let anybody up on the property, then that means she's probably she's up there And they're trying to cover up where the bones are gone too, where there's nothing, you know.
No, why won't they let any authorities on
How
the
many?
property to search?
Don't they own
If
like
it was my
40
kid, I'd be
acres?
like, have at it, people.
Yes. Yeah. You got nothing.
As a matter of fact, he put no trespassing signs all over the trees around the house. Oh, this is under surveillance, a trespassing. No one can come on my property. He doesn't even want packages going up to his thing. He has a drum at the as a driveway at 110.
It's garbage.
Yeah.
With Candace.
You don't think so?
Wait a minute.
Her and her mother.
Candace was. She probably did do something to Hunter.
No, she did not.
Bullshit. Bullshit. I saw it with my own eyes. There was signs there. There was signs there. I didn't like it. I warned them. I bet.
No.
Yeah,
It was not
be in denial, but the truth hurts.
I think.
He wasn't in the right state of mind when he came back, Ellie.
He wasn't talking. Like,
No.
I asked him how it was. He said fine. And then I didn't know anything about the alcohol at that time. His girlfriend's mom picked him up about 3:30, 4 o'clock. And when she came back with him, she goes, I got something to tell you. I just got something to tell you. I'm like, what? He goes, Candace gave me alcohol.
In those puff.
That day.
Yes.
Yes.
Puff bars.
Puff
At the,
Swimming hole?
I said, what?
And the kids all like it.
All the kids do them around here, like,
So is it possible Hunter was under the influence?
Yes.
yeah.
I believe so. I really do.
And really didn't know if Candace or if
She said that he was like not himself.
He was not himself. I knew
was
something was wrong.
You did.
And he will not talk. He's scared shitless. And maybe they threatened him because I know them to threaten kids.
And
They
later
threaten my
on-
grandkids.
Later on that night, Hunter shut down, and I didn't even know anything. And he had texted his girlfriend something. Her mom called me. I spazzed. Hunter was not himself. I called him a friend of mine because Grandma was home.
Yeah, sure, he'd come get me.
Yep.
I had to put my dirty clothes back
Oh my
on.
God! Even you're almost in tears.
And I said, what's wrong? You want to talk to me? He wouldn't come out of it or nothing. He was just sitting there, rocking back and forth. My homegirl had to come. And we had all we could do to get him out of that house, out of his room, and sit him at this table. I had to call the TBI back up. He was traumatized.
Yeah, definitely.
At that water hole that
I
he
think
saw.
he sobered up, or whatever you want to call it, and remembered something. Maybe she did drown there. Maybe she did.
He will not talk about it.
But he will not talk about it. He wasn't the same when he came
pretty
back.
bad in and of itself.
sorry.
You know that.
I'm sorry.
And I get in trouble because he refused to go to school. Candace had received a phone call that day in the car.
And there's been a lot of stuff going, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, help me out. Tell me about that day.
The whole day.
Yeah.
So,
And you could speak up because remember I'm deaf.
yeah.
Because why am I deaf?
I have no idea.
Because I'm old, remember?
I'm gonna use this as a reference.
Okay. And why is that?
It's a phone.
No. Okay, go.
I was gonna say that she texted me saying that her grandma was in the hospital.
Do you have that as text?
No, the TBI has my phone.
Got it.
I'm just using her dad's phone.
Okay.
Your grandfather that passed away.
Okay, got it.
So that day that she texted me, and she said, my grandma's in the hospital. Well, her mom's in the hospital, but we called her grandma at the time like we used to. So I called her up. I said, y'all want to come over here for a bit? Because she's going to be in the hospital for a while. Because she messed up her knee or whatever. And she said, yeah, if that's okay with Allison.
And that's mom.
Yeah, that's mom.
Okay.
And so,
But she called her Allison.
yeah, she calls her Allison.
Okay.
And so next thing you know, I tap mom because she's half asleep because she works at the time she did. But what's that thing? Oh,
I asked her if they could come over. She said yeah for a little bit because Grandma was on her way. She was on the way. And so she said it was okay, and she said she'll be over in like 5-10 minutes. And I'm telling you, I don't do good with times because I really don't look at the clock. So if I mess up sometimes, that's on me. Because I'm really bad with doing times.
You're 15.
Yeah. And so she pulls up. She gets out the car with Summer, and supposedly the kids went to work with the father. And so
Now you say the kids. Who are the kids?
Wyatt and Josie.
So the boys.
Yeah, the boys.
They went to work with Dawn.
That's what I was told. Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
And so I meet her. I dap everybody up. That's just how I am. So I dap her up. I say, how you doing? Because it's been a long time since I've heard from her.
Okay.
I hear from her like once in a while on Snapchat.
Okay.
Well, I did until I blocked her because all this stuff that's going on.
Now tell me what it means when you say you tapped them up. What is it? So people that so people that don't know that.
Like a handshake.
Okay, so so show me.
This is just like this.
What's up, dog? Or one of those, right?
Yeah.
I get it. Okay, go ahead. See, I knew that. But people don't know that. Right, so let's make that clear. So somebody can't say, oh, look what he did. Okay.
Then so she pulls up there in front of that mailbox.
Okay.
And so I dap her up like usual. She comes in. We're all sitting down. I ask her what happened to her grandma because she wouldn't tell me over the phone. She said that she hurt her knee because the kids. Where did she say she went on vacation for? Gatlinburg. She said she went to Gatlinburg for a little vacation with the kids, and the kids kept kicking her leg. And she has supposedly a plastic knee or something like that. And so they took her to the hospital. We came in here for.
Do you know what hospital? Do you know? Not Mom. Do you know?
It's the one downtown.
Okay.
I don't know what it's called, but it's the one downtown.
Okay, Mom, do you know the name of it?
Holston Valley.
Christian Valley?
No, Holston Valley.
Holston Valley? Okay, yes, ma'am. Okay, so she's here. Grandma's at the hospital. And who's with her that day?
Just Summer.
Just Summer. Okay.
Not the entire day until we pick up the grandma.
Okay, what time do you remember? I know you're not good at times. Guesstimate.
I guess the time that we picked up the grandmother?
No, the time she pulls up that morning.
Had to have been like around 11, right?
Okay.
Then so she pulls up there in front of that mailbox.
Okay.
And so I dap her up like usual. She comes in. We're all sitting down. I ask her what happened to her grandma because she wouldn't tell me over the phone. She said that she hurt her knee because the kids. Where did she say she went on vacation for? Gatlinburg. She said she went to Gatlinburg for a little vacation with the kids, and the kids kept kicking her leg. And she has supposedly a plastic knee or something like that. And so they took her to the hospital. We came in here for.
Do you know what hospital? Do you know? Not Mom. Do you know?
It's the one downtown.
Okay.
I don't know what it's called, but it's the one downtown.
Okay, Mom, do you know the name of it?
Holston Valley.
Christian Valley?
No, Holston Valley.
Holston Valley? Okay, yes, ma'am. Okay, so she's here. Grandma's at the hospital. And who's with her that day?
Just Summer.
Just Summer. Okay.
Not the entire day until we pick up the grandma.
Okay, what time do you remember? I know you're not good at times. Guesstimate.
I guess the time that we picked up the grandmother?
No, the time she pulls up that morning.
Had to have been like around 11, right?
Okay.
Or 10 or...
No, just from your memory. Not from Mom's.
I think it was at least 10 because I was up all night.
And it could be wrong, too, right? Okay, so let's just kind of put that right there, okay? Because like you said, you're not good with times right now.
Yeah,
okay.
I really just don't pay attention to time.
Straight up. Okay, so then what happened?
And then, like I said, I dapped up. We went inside, talked about it. And then she said, do you want to go fishing summer? I said, do you care if I come with? Because it's summer. And I treated her like a little sister.
Right.
And she said, you got to ask Allie.
Okay.
But she calls her Candy or Candace. And then she calls her Allie or Allison.
Okay, so she asked you, do you want to go fishing?
No, I asked if I could come with because Summer was going.
Got it.
That's why I come on camera.
because I am sick and tired of the lies.
Missing Hawkins County 6-year-old Summer Wells' grandmother, Candace Hare, says it was hard to speak on camera as she's been reliving a familiar nightmare.
Rose has been missing for 12 years. I miss her dearly. She's the baby of the family.
Hare's youngest daughter and Summer's aunt, Rosemarie Bly, went missing from Wisconsin on August 21st of 2009.
To go through it again with my granddaughter, Summer, is very heartbreaking. And that's what a lot of people don't understand, is what a parent goes through, what a grandmother goes through. It's the not knowing is what tears us up. It's the not knowing.
Back in November, her granddaughter's case received national attention on a 2-part Dr. Phil episode, which is why Hare thinks her daughter Candace Bly has continued to shy away from the media.
I think it had to do a lot with Dr. Phil. The way it came out on Dr. Phil when she was out there. I was not out there. I think it hurt Candace in a way. I don't know if it's helped or not. I don't believe it has. Maybe it's gotten more attention out everywhere on them.
On June 15th, the day Summer was reported missing, Hare says she spent the entire day with her daughter and granddaughter. She says it started with a trip to the emergency room to have her knee checked out.
They prescribed me medication to take to get the swelling down out of my knee and around my knee because it was inflamed. And then we waited around for my prescription. Summer went swimming that day at the horse stables, I believe it was.
After the family returned home with groceries, Hare says she took a nap, woke up, and repotted cactus plants with her granddaughter. She says Summer ate a peppermint, went inside the house to play with her brothers, and that was the last time she was seen.
There was no sign of her.
Authorities say all possibilities of what happened to Summer are still on the table. But like the rest of the Wells family, Summer's grandmother believes she was abducted.
We never did find her. She called 911 and she called Donnie, and we sent the boys down over the hill, and I stood in front of over by the edge there and watched them. And was praying to God every minute that nobody would take them.
For more than a decade, Hare has said the same prayer.
I hope and I pray to God every day.
Over the last almost 9 months, along with her daughter Rose, her granddaughter Summer has now been added to her plea.
That she's found alive.